Hey guys, Dan here with Sterling Self Defense and Chicken from New Chicken Less Lethal. Got himself a new FSC last week. Started messing around with it. He watched all the YouTube videos and now he's an expert. Got himself an email address. So now he got his own YouTube channel and he'll be teaching you how to work on FSCs and other markers. Right, Chicken? Badger's not happy with that. Badger think he knows more. But Chicken had his FSC the other day. He was pecking around at the ASA and he found a way to break it, and now it's bypassing 3,000 PSI past the regulator. So now he thinks he can get 500 joules. So he's going to be testing that out this week. So, oh, there goes Chicken. So we'll see how it ends up. He'll probably just blow his head off, but win-win for me, chicken dinner. Anyway, okay, we're here for another edition of Tech Talk today. I addressed one of the problems with the new FSC platform, TCP, and VKS. So we're going to go outside. It's nice out. Hopefully it doesn't rain again, and we're going to go over it. All right, here we go. Come on, Chicken. Cats, Badger. Alright, looks like Chicken left a video on. Now, let me get this out of the way, set you up on the camera here. Oh, this dog. Come on, over there, go, go. Go sit down. There you go, sit down. Badger always wants to watch, right, Badger? Yep, there he is. Alright, move the camera over. I know I should have more cameras set up, but oh well, such is life. Alright, so here we go. Alright, I don't know if you guys saw a video I had a while back addressing the new problem with the new regulators. First Strike, before they sold, moved to a different manufacturer for their parts. And some of their parts, they're not making as strong as they used to. But it falls okay for them. Paintball guns don't have a real high pressure. But unfortunately for us, these new parts are these. This is the release. Badger, I'm trying to do a video here. Do you mind? Go to your spot. Go. Come on. So this is the release. So they're breaking like crazy. If you crank it up to high power, the releases are cracking. Here's one that's broken. I'll show you. You can see why. They're made out of cast. See that little sparkly brown in there? Yeah, that's a weak point in cast. And cast is okay, but when you get real thin little pieces like that, and you put any kind of pressure on them, they crumble into little pieces, just like that. So, made a new part. Cold rolled stainless steel. That's the new one. It's exactly the same, every measurement. Nice and shiny, never gonna break. This is the material it's made out of, cold roll stainless. This is the exact pieces I used to make them. Now, if that was a steel cast, it would have shattered all over the place. Just by doing that, you know, cast iron, shatters all over the place. Cast aluminum, cast anything. It's not real strong. Cold rolled, folded steel. That's what you want. This ain't breaking. Way overkill, but if you're going to make it, you might as well make it right. So that's it. Real easy piece to change. I'm going to show you the top of your regulator. This is the release right here. See it? Moves up and down. I'm trying to get this on camera. My finger on it. See it? Moves back and forth. You got your little spring back there. So real easy to take out. So to change it out, 3/32 Allen key. You got 2 screws on the side of your regulator. Just like when you're doing your PRV delete kit and you're changing out your sear spring, which this is a brand new reg, so I'll change out the sear while I'm doing it. So I got 2 screws on the side. Zip them out. Put them over on your mat so they don't get lost. Next one. Over on your mat. Pop your little piece off, put it down. Now, take your arm off. Take it off the metal stud first. Don't drop your spring. Try not to lose it. Now, remember the way your spring goes on. It's dangling just like that. That's the inside. Okay, so you get a little spring right here. Rotor spring. Pop that off. That's on the top stud. And your arm goes on the bottom stud. So take this little piece out. Remember how it goes back on. Top hole to the second stud. So they kind of, you can see how they fit together. But you see that one? That one's not broken, but that's an old one. So I'm going to replace that one out. Just pull it right out. And that one's got a spring on it. It's got the return spring on it, the rotor spring. Oop, oop. Camera, see that? Take your spring off. Put your piece aside. Hang on to it, don't, whatever you like. Take your new shiny one. Stick your spring on there. There you go. And take your regulator. And flip this over. Just work your spring in there. And see how it goes right over the pins. It slides right over the pins there. See it? Sliding in. Oh, actually I got it backwards, sorry. Oh. There we go. See it sliding on there. That's the right way. So you can see the little hump where the next piece goes right over it. And you take that piece. And you can see where it's curved there, where it's going to meet the other piece. See a little curve. This is on the camera. See how they meet right together, just like that. And they meet right together. That's that. Then you're going to take your rotors, little rotor spring there. Stick that on the top, not the bottom, just like that. And grab your arm. Outside, take your spring. Hook it back on there because it always falls off. Oh, I forgot my sear. I'm going to replace the sear because the new one doesn't have the sear replaced yet. You know, that crappy thin little spring with a nice strong sear spring. This tension matches the speed of the VKS bolt spring. They work together. Drop down on there like that. Push it down with your fingernail so you got room. You put the other spring on top of it. You know, hook your other spring back into the arm. Stick it over right over the top of that spring you just put on. Hold on, sorry. You know, let me put my glasses on. I actually see what I'm doing. Oh, that's much better. All right. Now there's your arm and your spring. Stick it right over the top of that stud. Hold it there with your finger. And then you stretch the arm out. And put it right on there. Oh. My spring fell off. Hold on. Oop, gotta do that again. Pop that back on. There you go. Putting everything on wrong here. It's alright. Outside. Make sure you figure out the outside humps outward. Not hook this thing on here. Alright, so back on the stud, hold it down below at the bottom of the regulator so you got room to put the plate back on. Now the plate, You always forget where it goes. Just line up the 2 holes right on the 2 studs where the part you just put on is. Just like so. Can't see the camera through the glasses. Alright, so line that up on those 2 little studs. Push it down. Grab your 2 screws. And pop them in there. Dropping everything today. Alright, bing. And bing. So, quick, easy little thing to do, and you're good to go. Now you can see the difference in the metal. Nice, shiny. Real steel. Cold rolled steel. Never going to break. Harder than any part in there. The rest of the parts are fine. There's not a lot of pressure that goes on them. So even if they're not as strong as they used to be, I've never seen one break. Not even the new ones. So there's just not a lot of pressure on those. All the pressure's on that back one. So, alright. That is that. I have them up on the website now. Get them anytime you like. And of course, there's going to be guys going, oh, that fucking guy's a crook. Look at him making millions of dollars off of parts because no one else can get them. Yeah, they're 25 bucks. American-made part. And if you complain about the price, go out, spend $1 million, get your own facility, get your own machines, and make your own parts and work for $2.50 an hour. $2.50 an hour. And put them out for cheaper if you can. Or go to China, order yourself 100,000 of these, and you can probably get them for $10 a piece. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. I made them not to make money, so people have them, and so I have them too, because hey, freaking every gun I put together, I shoot it, I end up breaking them. So, at some point, I talked to First Strike about these, and they're going to address it at some point, but they've already made so many of them, there's not much they can do about them. And it's not really their fault. You know, they're paintball. They're not less lethal. They're not meant for high power, so can't really bust their balls about it. They work perfectly for their paintball guns, and they don't break. But I talked to Ben Larson, the new owner of First Strike, and he said he's going to address it with the new factory and have them use better, stronger parts next iteration. So, but everything that's out there now, the VKSs, the TCPs, the FSCs, all the new ones made in the last year, are going to be the ones with these that break. So you turn them up in high power. So what happens? They're going to break at some point. I know because I've broken a ton of them myself, and I've got a ton of calls from guys that, you know, had nothing to do with me, bought them somewhere else or whatever, bought parts, powered them up, and boom, release broke. So, but luckily, real simple part to change, 25 bucks, not a real big deal. You know, at least it's out there. Yeah. Sorry it took so long. I got a lot of other, you know, when I got to make a new part, I got to stop everything I'm doing. I got to spend $1,000 on new tooling because it's all specialty tools to make certain things. And you got to make a plate that holds it. And it's a whole thing. So it's not a cheap endeavor just making them. I'm going to have to sell shitloads of these just to pay for the money that I invested into making them. Not to mention the metal itself. So nothing's cheap in this world. Suck it up. Got some more... I got my air chambers, you know, guys, I've had out for a while. Everybody's copying now anyway. But, you know, for TCPs, T8.1, stuff like that, you know, I make the multiple size air chamber bolts, super bolts, mayor bolts, stuff like that. You know, I don't sell those because they're too powerful. I know you guys keep asking me, oh, come on, man, I want to get 170 joules. Well, not off me. That's a firearm. You really don't need it. This is less lethal, not, you know, assassin, whatever. So... whatever, but I'm going to be making, you know, different sizes, smaller ones, just like this. So if you got TCPs, because TCPs you can't put my body plate on because there's nowhere to screw, there's no holes, and there's notches on the side. So these are going to come in small, medium, and large. I haven't named them yet, which will be different powers. This would be the medium size. You screw it on, just like that. It's got a bolt connected to it. It's got 2 flat sides. So just take your wrench, tighten it up. There you go. This one sticks out a little farther. This one's got a bit more power, a lot more power. This is more in my Super Bolt, more in the VKS Bolt, more than all those. So it's pretty powerful. I'll do another video on that. I'll make a smaller one that's the same power as my Super Bolt. It'll just stick out a little bit, you know. And then I'm not going to make the super long ones like I used to, but I'll make one long enough with some pretty crazy power, and you'll be able to put a stock on. So if you want to turn your T8.1, T9.1, or your TCP into a carbine, like I've done in other videos, I'll make it long enough and at the right size where you can just pop a stock right over it and make yourself a nice little carbine. And use it for one of the kits. I did a video on a quick carbine kit, TCP, carry during the day, you know, around 45 joules around there. Then pull it out, put it in a bigger one. Crazy joules for carbine, at home protection, much more power. So yeah, I'll put those out at some point this week. There'll be the 3 different sizes. I'll do a video on testing them, see what they are on power. But that is that. And of course, I'll have, you know, some other new things coming out, as always do. That's about it. That's it for Tech Talk today. But like I said, you guys, if you guys broke them, you need these. And the way you know it's broken, and you're shooting your FSC, and all of a sudden the trigger just goes limp and doesn't do anything. Just hanging there, doesn't do nothing. And if you have a new FSC within the last year, that's what it is. It's cracked. Super easy to change though, so not too bad. I got a bunch of the replacement ones from First Strike, but they're the same quality and they're breaking too, and I couldn't keep just getting the same ones and send them out breaking, just, you know, keep selling people something that's going to keep breaking. I don't like doing that, so made the part. I don't normally do that, but had to be addressed, and it wasn't going to be addressed by them for quite a while, so there you go. So if you got a broken FSC sitting at home with a limp trigger, you bought it in the last year, there's your problem. They're available up there now. All right, see you guys in the next one. Stay safe.